Hey Boo, I've been thinking about thoughts and thinking and how it is that our state of mind can weigh us down. You know that feeling when we're burdened by our thoughts, like thoughts have a lot of carbs or some too many fats. But whatever it is, that thoughts make us feel heavy, like the weight that we're carrying that may be holding shame and guilt and embarrassment and fear, or the feeling of being diminished or demeaned or marginalized. And this is pretty heavy sounding stuff. Things that make us feel triggered, things that make us feel anxious. These carry definitely a heavy charge to them. But really, when we understand the thoughts in themselves, they're weightless, that your entire being or I amness is weightless. The consciousness that you are, the divine being that you are, is lighter than air. There is no weight in consciousness. But the thoughts we have about our backstory, about relationships, about old conversations, and all the things that we drag around with us and that keep wanting to surface. So it feels like the thoughts can be like rocks and cement. And it's no surprise that Neville Goddard used the terminology thoughts that are imaginings, and the thoughts that come out of our imaginings harden into fact in our appearing reality. So it's that sense of them taking a form that's concrete. What could be more heavy than that? And then we start to worry about what became concrete and how we're affected by it if it's something we didn't want or something that's holding us back. So it's a concept that starts to become a reality if you feel weighted down by your thoughts. So there's that famous statue of Atlas thinking and holding up the world and pondering, and that's the sense of the weight of the world on our shoulders. And while there are many things that we talk about taking seriously, understand that the shifts that go on that can transform us have absolutely no weight at all. It's our true lightness of being. Our truest self is without weight. Consciousness has no weight. It was there before we entered the world, and it will be there after we depart this world. So you might say, well, how do I feel in terms of how can I release this weight? And the first thing always is to come back to knowing who you truly are. And that is God, the operant power. This is your immutable, unchanging self. That is what your I am, that takes different forms through your different choices. that we might call states of mind or states of being. So that when we can step back from feeling that heaviness, that our thoughts can lead us, the state that they come from, that you've chosen. I am wealth. I am happiness. I am peace. I am a loving partner. And I have a loving partner. So any of those states, instead of weighing and also putting that burden onto your nervous system, which then translates what happens into whether it has weight and heaviness or allows it to be light and free and joyous and expansive. And this is why Bashar has often said, circumstances don't matter, state of being matters. And this is what it's about. It's that lightness that we feel. When something goes in your favor and you feel you're happy, you're elated, you're jubilant, you're excited, notice that you probably feel, or relieved, okay? Notice that the feeling associated with that is one of lightness, weightlessness. It has nothing to do with what we physically weigh. It has nothing to do with that at all. It's simply about that inner feeling of ease and space and grace that we have received what we want. And it's really something you can explore and notice throughout the course of your day. When something makes you feel confident and bold and strong, notice what that feels like in your body as a whole. Does the body suddenly feel powerful and light but strong at the same time? Or when something doesn't go your way, does it make you feel your whole body starts to hang and kind of get bent out of shape, and you feel the weight of gravity pressing you down? Notice what that feels like, that you're carrying the world on your shoulders. So it's really a question of deciding and choosing that you can have that lightness under all circumstances. That it's a question of, when things feel heavy and overwhelming, of stepping back and simply noticing that they're there, that there are things showing up, but that you yourself can still feel that lightness. And that can be challenging. I've been there. I know that feeling. It's like you could say, how could you expect me to feel like that under these circumstances? And then remember, it's not the circumstances. It's about you and everything moving, manifesting through you for your own expansion. And that the sense of expansion is a weightless state. So it crosses over into weight, W-A-I-T, that feeling of, I've had to wait so long for this to happen. Oh, I'm so tired. But really, it's that sense of lightening up. Because in terms of consciousness, things only take the form of the meaning that we're adding to them. And the meaning that we're adding to them, we can change. So the whole power to choose differently, to choose again, like A Course in Miracles says, if you chose wrongly, choose again. this is revision, as Neville Goddard taught us. Change how you perceive, change what your experience of it was. When we change the way we look at things, the things we look at change. I think that was a Wayne Dyer statement. But it's when whoever, Shakespeare said something like that too, but it's basically that what we are perceiving is whether or not we are going to feel weighted down and heavy or buoyant and free and light. And that feeling of being unaffected by the pull of gravity. It's a joyous, exuberant state. And if you have moments of feeling pulled down, it's understandable. It's our human aspect. Responds to the world in that way. Devastating news, personal experiences, losing someone who is dear to us. All of these things can be very saddening and bring a great feeling of weighted down, where it's heaviness on the heart. And then we can remember that the heart is also the way through to becoming lighter, to shifting the dynamic of what we're experiencing, bringing forth, and this is the true meaning of manifesting itself, is revealing or bringing forth and finding new ways to move through. But you can only know by your own experience. Let me know in the comments, where has this worked for you? Where has it not? Where has it been a stumbling block to feel lighter? And where has it become easy? When you shift into that feeling of lightness. So if this has resonated with you, drop a like and share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Love to have you join, and thanks so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next video. Love you, boo. See you soon.